Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello and welcome to Cikal Morning News. I'm Dyandra Aulia Daanisy, here to deliver the newest and updated information all across the globe. Our top headlines for today features a total of 419 Indonesian pilgrims left for Saudi Arabia on January 8, 2022. After Saudi Arabia lifted a ban on foreign pilgrims heading to Mecca and to impose a series of health measures for further prevention of transmission risk. 87 reported to have tested positive for COVID after their arrival in Soekarno-Hatta International Airport. Despite recent news, the Director of Hajj and Umrah confirms that the Islamic pilgrimage will continue to run this year. And this has opened the question of whether the implementation of the Umrah pilgrimage should be postponed or whether it would continue and are ready to overcome the risk and uncertainty over the coronavirus pandemic. We'll break down what you need to know. Following the 2 years of Umrah travel postponement, Saudi Arabia has reopened borders for international and vaccinated Umrah pilgrims. The kingdom announced to establish strict precautionary measures for foreign travelers to make pilgrimage to Mecca. Authorities in the ministry are responsible for coordinating foreign pilgrims after gradually receiving requests from various countries around the world. As Indonesia is included in the list of countries that have obtained permits to enter the holy city of Mecca, the Directorate General of Hajj and Umrah Management announced its first departure after the surge of the virus. 87 reported to have tested positive for COVID after a PCR examination. The Ministry of Religious Affairs had confirmed the case and suggested monitoring Indonesian pilgrims and enforcing further evaluations, as there were no specified regulation on the restriction for international traveling. The Director General of Hajj and Umrah, along with Saudi health authorities, in an update to finalizing health regulation and reviewing mask guidelines for the safe implementation of the Islamic pilgrimage during the pandemic, conducted upon arrival and during the performance of the Umrah rituals, including vaccination requirements from the approved vaccines, PCR testing, observe a mandatory 3-day quarantine upon arrival, and maintaining a safe distance is amongst the prominent health procedures required to be followed. These regulations are ensured to be carried out in a valid and accurate manner under the supervision of qualified health professionals. In an effort on the acceleration of nationwide vaccination drive, the kingdom had approved 4 vaccines, including Moderna, Pfizer-BioNTech, Johnson & Johnson, and AstraZeneca. Travelers who have received 2 doses of either Sinovac or Sinopharm vaccines can enter only if they have received the 3rd shot of one of the 4 approved vaccines. In addition, pilgrims must present a valid vaccination certificate and prescribed PCR valid within 72 hours before their arrival. In the case of the absence of certification, an individual must conduct a 3-day quarantine and undergo strict surveillance to examine further potential exposure to infection. As for social distancing policy, authorities have limited access to transportation to various religious sites and accommodations, and a large proportion of security are taken remotely. The Saudi Ministry of Health emphasizes public health guidance and emergency precautions for potential COVID-19 exposures. Pilgrims are expected to call the nearest health service and receive proper examination for clinical determination of severity of the virus infection. Pilgrims who are exposed to the virus are required to undertake quarantine. For further screening methods, Saudi Arabia launches Cikal, an application primarily aimed to confirm the user's COVID credentials to the relevant authorities. According to the COVID-19 data by the Center for System Science and Engineering, as of 2nd of March 2022, there were a total of 476 confirmed cases. As health authorities begin implementing finalized health regulations followed by recent news on the emergence of the new variants rises, sit-ins are queued for Umrah to continue to be performed amid the outbreak due to the devastating potential of the Omicron variant that seems to feature a large number of mutations and appears to spread more than twice as fast as Delta. That's all the top stories for morning headlines today. Thank you for joining us. Please remember to always wear a mask, maintain a safe distance, and follow the latest public health guidance. Have a very great day and see you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.